take the court, make your Nets season debut. Overall, how would you just describe what that moment was like to be back out here in Barclays Center?
It was weird. Yeah, it was weird. It was funny because in the first half when Joe was raining threes, it clicked like, yo, like that was just like it used to be. It was so that was weird, but it's fun though. You know what I mean? And I mean, I probably sound like a broken record, but like, there's two stops I really enjoyed in my NBA career, and this is one of them. So, if I was gonna go back to a place, it would definitely be here. Good job, guys.
Spencer, there was a lot made when Kevin and Kyrie came here to Brooklyn about your relationship with them and kind of helping bring them in here. When you look back at kind of how this all played out and you being here now, I mean, what goes through your mind? Does it feel like you're back at square one?
But not, yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, no, I hear you. I mean, not really. I think we're probably a little bit more talented than we were when they came. Yeah, I don't think you have any regrets because you go all in on a championship, and then I think if you look at the year where everybody was healthy, I think with how dominant we were in preseason in the first couple of games, the optimism would have said that, we had a chance. And then even, with the Harden trade, you just said that there was a chance still. I mean, obviously KD stepped on the line, right? So some things in life don't work out, right? And I've been removed from the situation. I don't know what's on their hearts or their minds. Obviously, they make the moves that they feel like is best for them. And as a man with a family, I can't be mad at that. Those guys probably provide for 20, 30, 40, 50 people, you know what I mean? And they carry the weight of all of them when they make a decision, the same way I carry the weight of my tribe, So it's different, but like I said, if with where Mikal is at, probably just sub all-star level with Nick, being at a Jared Allen type of level, you could argue that, we're more talented than we were when they first came, outside of obviously them, of course. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's in a good spot, and obviously they got a gang of picks too, so I'm sure Sean's happy about that.
I'm sure you woke up to the news that obviously Durant, and then Jock said pregame that this was business as usual, but this was not a normal day, I'm sure, for you, making your Nets coming back here and then obviously seeing Durant go out. Can you describe what the whirlwind of tonight was like this whole day?
In terms of the group I expected to play with, it was about the same, right? Because he was hurt, so I wasn't expecting to play with KD tonight. But at the same time, like I said, the entire last 4 or 5 days have been weird for me. I didn't think I was leaving Dallas, but obviously once a superstar demands a trade, then everything's on the table. Everybody shuffles. As you see, it became an arms race in the West. Probably the most active trade deadline in history. Everybody going back to their original teams. I'm a casualty of war. You feel me? I mean, that's the way it goes. When you're and I just use this kind of on Mikal, but you're a just sub all-star level guy, and not necessarily a marquee name in terms of putting butts in the seats, then you understand, like, you can get jostled around, especially on a relatively affordable contract per production. So it's part of the business. You can't be mad at it. Again, like I said, I'd rather, if I was going to revisit a spot out of the 3 I had been at, it would definitely be here, like, unequivocally. So, yeah, I mean, I think the most exciting part is getting Mikal and Cam in the fold, having gone to war with them in the Western Conference semifinals last year, knowing what greatest shooter that Cam Johnson is and the high-level defender that Mikal is. I mean, we did everything to get him off our primary ball handlers and attack other matchups. So, great respect for them and looking forward to having them in the fold.
Spencer, obviously you guys didn't have a lot of practice time or shoot-around time since you got here to now. Just what's it like coming into a situation? Obviously there's some familiar faces, but a lot of guys you haven't played with to come out, lead the team in scoring, help them get a win. What's that process like for you?
I mean, when you've been in the league long enough, you kind of are familiar with other people's games. I think the biggest thing that I wanted to do today was not step on Cam's toes. I wanted him to feel ultimately comfortable and be able to play his game and shoot his shots. Obviously, the 3 40-point games in a row was big time. And then beyond that, just play with some pace, move the ball, and also, when Ben has the ball, run the floor a little bit more, get shooter shots, and then obviously when needed, score the ball as well. Just, be aggressive and make plays. I mean, it's a simple game. I feel like my talent, as Kenny would always say, is to be able to get in the paint and decision make from there. So, as long as I keep that in mind and make sure that everybody around has kind of is in their comfort zone as well, I think we have a chance to be pretty successful.
When you see the length and the versatility, specifically defensively, that you guys have on this team now, given all the acquisitions, is it kind of easy to envision what this thing can look like when guys are healthy and on the team, or do you have to kind of wait to see everybody on the floor to kind of get a sense of what it might look like?
I mean, in general, sure, but I think there's still a lot of wait and see, and plus, that's not my job. That's JV's job, man. He's the one that's going to put us in the right place. But I will say, I didn't like guarding Zach tonight. So, Mikal, you can take that job. Hey, listen, defense is something I can do, hey, high-effort guy, whatever, but it's not necessarily something that I love to do. But
Spence, that 2018-2019 team has become pretty endeared to Nets fans. A lot of you guys, you, D'Angelo, Joe, a lot of you guys had your breakout that year. I was just curious, do you have a favorite memory from that season?
I mean, off the court, I think it was just the bench dancing all the time, led by Theo. But, I mean, we had, Shabazz dancing and, Rondé dance. We had everybody, Jay shoot duds. I mean, I think that was kind of the vibe at the time. We had a lot of guys that were, like you said, breaking out, finding their way. But we were doing it kind of together. And, we were just kind of having fun. It was almost like we didn't know any better. I mean, now 9 years in the league is, man, even the last year and a half feel like 5 years, man. Like, it's crazy. So, looking forward to kind of leading the group, and I think that's kind of why, like, my approach tonight had a lot to do with Ben and Cam. I think the more Ben feels like Ben, the better we can be, and obviously Mikal will also be a huge part of that as well. But, yeah. I can hear you.
I know you touched on it a little bit, but in 1920, when you guys started off, I mean, as you point out, you guys were killing everybody in the preseason. You beat up on Golden State, you beat up on Boston, and then you get hurt.
Yeah.
Do you ever, or did you ever at any point, allow yourself to think about, okay, how different things might have gone had you not gotten hurt? I mean, that seems like it started a number of domino effects, like a butterfly.
Hey, listen, man. First things first, not to correct you, but I'm going to correct you. 1920 was the year I was averaging 21 and led them to the playoffs. 2021 was the other one. So
you're right.
Hey, I was hooping. Oh, hooping. All jokes aside, I mean, I think at the time it was something that I thought about, and why I was so urgent to get back, man. Like, it wasn't a game when I got ready in 5.5 months and wanted to try to come back and help that team because knew it was on the line, but obviously, things happen. So, hey, I can't change the past, man, as much as I'd love to sometimes. Yeah.
Thanks, Spencer.
Oh, I was about to get real introspective with y'all, but.
Sorry.